Hello and welcome to the Fed by Farmers podcast with me, Cammy Wilson.
And me, Iona.
This week we've not got a guest, lambing and all my excuses, but well, I'm hoping to have a guest for Friday or the weekend and get that out to you. But right now, as we sit here just now, it's going to be, we've got loads of questions that have been sent in. We're going to go through them and we're just going to have a chat and a catch up. What do we have to do before we do the rest of it?
Thank our sponsors,
Which are?
Hairdwatch and Crystalyx.
Oh, got a wee lamb thing with the Hairdwatch logo and all that. We said that last podcast.
We did.
We'll get it. We'll stop talking about it. We'll actually call to action. I'm moving the podcast studio again.
Yeah.
So we're going to move into the wee buyer. I put a door on it and that, so it's just more space and better acoustics and stuff, I think.
Cammy used the word professional.
More professional. Yeah, that's what I think it would look. More professional. Hey, make it really good. You can maybe rent out like a podcast studio.
Okay.
I think people rent them out now.
Yeah, they will, aye.
Much is a podcast studio?
What, just for per podcast?
Aye, well, yeah. Suppose you rent it for like 2 hours at a time.
£120?
Random. But yeah, okay, that's fine. So yeah, well, we'll get it all set up and we'll do that and improve the thing as we go. Obviously, thank you to Crystalyx, as we always say, and to Hairdwatch. If you watched the last podcast, you'll saw that I've registered my calves using Hairdwatch, and it just sends it to Scotty ID, which is our system here in Scotland. I'm guessing England has the same kind of system. And I had my passports through for my calves, so I just did it in Hairdwatch.
Brilliant.
And I got my passports through in the post.
That's so good.
Yeah, so
Just like that.
I think that's class. Like, just do it out in the shed, boom, done.
Yeah.
So yeah, thanks to them for sponsoring the podcast. We'll hear a bit more about that later in the show. You've got some questions there. First off, what's been happening this week?
What has been happening this week? Same old. I feel like my life at the moment is working here and massaging. That's it. That's all I'm doing. Yeah.
Wait, hang on a second. Your mic's a wee bit funny. Why is it so far away from you? It's like,
Oh, yeah.
don't fight me.
Better.
Well, hopefully, I can't tell by the sound, but as long as you're close enough to the mic, that's okay, because there's a bit of echo in here.
Yeah.
So yeah, working in massaging. You do a lot of
that's
massaging?
it. I am. It's got
Is
really
it?
busy, yeah. I put it on the Straven Facebook page because you have to have your page registered for 3 months before you can post on there. So after that, I got quite a lot of folk.
Oh, did you? A lot of locals?
Yeah.
Right? You enjoying it?
I am enjoying it. I feel like right now, it just feels like I've got no time.
To do a bit.
I know what you mean.
Do you know what I mean?
To do anything else. But yeah.
Yeah, I saw a video the other day and it said, what did it say again? We should normalise, what is it again? Normalise 6-hour work weeks before you're 30 or something like that.
Right, okay.
I can't remember what it was. It was along that vein of like, well, I'm actually a big believer, like one of the biggest issues we have in society is this idea of 40 hours a week is full time. Like, what a nonsense. 40 hours a week's 3 days work.
No, I hear that, but when you're doing it to benefit somebody else, I think it should be limited.
But
So that you're then putting more time.
no, but I don't believe in nobody look at the thing falling down behind me. But no, but I'm not. I've never worked like 100 hours a week for somebody else. But what I always say is great for you is having 2 different jobs.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? It's like, so work your 40 hours with the one job and go and do another job. Before you're 30, once you've got kids, it's different. You need to spend, it's different. But like when you're young, have at it.
I know. That's what I was saying that to my sister. I was like, now's the time for me to be doing it, to be putting all the time into it. But yeah, I think it's different when I think it's different when it's for yourself, though.
Well, of course it's different because it's much
Like, why
easier to get
should you give
motivated.
up all your time?
It's not giving up your time. Like if you're on a hourly and you're working 2 different jobs, it's the hours you work, you get it back, and financial.
But then for some people, it's not worth it. They would rather have the time than the money.
Yeah, which is fine, as long as you don't moan about not having any money.
Yeah. I back that. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
like,
You can't complain about being skint.
and you only work 40 hours a week.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I'm a big believer in that. Like I absolutely, if somebody just wants to do 40 and they're happy, 100%.
Yep.
What I was more angling at there, sorry, is that all these people, everyone moaning about having no money and they only work 40 hours a week.
Yeah. Yep.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, just do an extra 10 hours. It's an extra bloody 120 quid a week. It's another 500 quid a month.
Yeah.
It's your mortgage to some folk. That's my controversial topic.
Yeah,
I'm sure you guys will tell me in the comments that I'm out of line there.
No, I do hear that.
What else? Grind your gears. What else do you want to talk about?
Just purely grinding gears. Actually, on that note, my car's making a funny noise already.
Is it?
Yep.
Who did you buy it from?
Arnold Clark. But anyway, I spoke to the guy and he's given me a number and I have to phone them and they'll take it in because it's still under the 60-day guarantee.
Okay.
I just need to organise taking it in, but...
Is it grinding already? Bad sign, Iona.
Isn't it? I know.
It's a downward, even if they fix this one,
That's
it's
what
a
I think,
downward
there's
spiral.
something not right with
Your
it.
best mate's done you.
God.
Your best mate
I
has done
know,
you.
I really loved him as well.
Now, on to questions.
Yes.
We'll do some questions.
Let's do some questions.
You got good ones?
A mix.
Well, if they're not good, don't read them out.
Okay. I mean, but then they might spark a debate.
Okay.
Do you know?
Yes.
They might, who knows? Right, let's start off with, okay, let's start off with a farmery one for you. What are the leading factors of why the price of beef has increased so dramatically?
Oh, I think the core of it all is supply and demand.
So what, more people want it?
No, but there's a wee bit of that actually. I think the do you call them? What do you call it? The woke people in their 20s? Are they millennials or?
What does millennial mean? Like they were born in the 2000s?
Yeah, it must be so millennials.
So 20. Yeah, that would make them 25 now.
Or Gen Z. What's Gen Z?
Are they younger or are they older?
Anyway, younger people that are into their fitness and that now are wanting more red meat and quality protein.
Okay.
So that is one factor. The other factor is that like the beef herd, I believe in Scotland, is down 10,000 head of cattle.
Really?
Over the last however many years, it's dropped 10,000. Few factors in that. The main one being folk weren't getting enough money for their beef.
Right. Okay.
You know, it's like we spoke with Thomas about the eggs, but the difference with the eggs is they can switch them off and on.
Yep.
With 6 weeks, you know, a few weeks notice. With beef, it's a long game.
Yeah.
And once you're out the beef, like, well, who's going to go back into it now? Even though looking at the prices are good, if folk are out it, they're not going to go and buy cattle because they're so expensive. The risk is so high, and then the margins will be poor again as well. If you it's a 2-3 year thing. It's just such a long process to get back into it, and they've hammered it, just not paying enough, and now they have to pay more than they want. And it's the sad reality of us being price takers as farmers. You know, if we could set the price and link it to the cost of production and it just stayed steady all the time, arguably it would probably benefit the retailers in the long run as well.
Yeah, it's true.
You know, but now that it's came to this, where supply and demand are desperate for it, we're risking critical mass at slaughterhouses now and abattoirs, where a lot of them aren't getting enough cattle in per week to keep the whole thing running and cover their costs, because their margins are fairly tight as well. So we're really at a precipice here of, and I saw an article in Scottish Farmer last week about a sort of call to action to say, like, you need to do something about this.
Yeah.
It doesn't help, and though I'm not actually particularly against the changes to the beef calf scheme. We have a beef calf scheme here in Scotland. And as someone rightly said previously, I can't remember what guest we had, maybe it was Martin Kennedy, it's only us in Northern Ireland have a similar system. It's only us and them that have it. So a lot of folk were getting upset that they shortened the interval between a cow. So a cow's got to calve every 400 and something days to be qualified for it. So essentially if a cow loses a calf, it makes more sense to colour out, especially at current prices for cast cows. It makes more sense to colour in a lot of instances than to keep her another full year. Because the other thing is, you keep her that other full year, yes, you'll get the calf, but you've had to keep this cow for 2 years to get one calf, and you won't get a beef subsidy payment on it.
Right, okay.
And that's roughly £100, which is not a lot in terms of keeping a beef cattle, but it adds up. You know, if you've, as like some of our friends have 400 cattle, a 40 grand check, all going well. You know, it comes to a lot of money. Although 40 grand will barely cover a week's feed, I dare say, or a month's feed, I should say. But yeah, the crux of it is they're not there. And then it's not just the UK, they're not there worldwide. You know, America, everybody's worrying now about this trade deal with America opening up they're talking about opening up like the beef, that we could get their beef. Now, while yes, I'm against the principle of not accepting meat from a country with different welfare standards than us, and it goes back to the hormone thing. Although I don't know the evidence of the hormone thing, I think it might just be ethical here that we don't do it. And I've made this argument before, that surely if we're all about pushing for the environment and making cows more efficient, cows on steroids are going to be more efficient than anyone. You look at bodybuilders, you could eat 10 eggs a day every day of the week if you want, and lift weights. But if you don't take those anabolic steroids and testosterone or whatever they guys take to push the thing on, you don't build the muscle mass. You know, and certainly not in the same time frame. And that's the idea with these cattle, different hormones. It's not anabolic steroids, but a similar idea. And my argument is, are we wrong? Should we actually be using them? I'm not saying we should. Personally, I don't want to. But it plays into the hands of people arguing that cows need to be more efficient. And the other thing is, it's annoying that everybody's going mad about this hormones in beef. Nobody's talked about the fact we import lamb from New Zealand where they're allowed to inject selenium.
Yep. But
we're not, because it's harmful. It can be harmful to human health. Now, there's actually next to no evidence to support that. And actually, I'm saying here, don't misquote me on this, I'm saying the New Zealanders are right. We should be able to inject selenium to lambs, because there's next to no evidence, and I'm going off my good mate Kaz's advice on this. There's next to no evidence to say it would cause any issue to human health. But it's ridiculous that we are not allowed to do it, and yet we can buy lamb from a country that is.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, it makes no sense. It makes no sense. And so that's why it's a bit like, we're making all this fuss about beef, why are we not making a fuss about lamb? And I'm quite happy for New Zealand. It seems while we're getting the prices we're getting for lamb, send New Zealand lamb here. If it keeps people eating, you know, the general punter eating lamb, all the better. Because if as lamb is just now, a lot of our top end stuff is going to France and Germany and into the Muslim population, and it's keeping the prices high. And the general punter, you know, that's on the breadline can't afford to eat lamb. So if New Zealand lamb coming in keeps its cost down a bit in the supermarkets, and they can buy that and eat that, and it keeps the taste of lamb going, you know, and that idea of lamb, then all the better.
So surely, though, I just can't see how it can't have an effect on human health if we're eating meat that's been injected with hormones. Surely there's going to be traces of those hormones in the meat that we're eating.
That would be some people's argument, I believe, but I do not know the science behind it. I mean, I know America's pretty unhealthy as a country, as are we. Like, the UK is terrible, absolutely terrible. And I often say the big issue with our NHS is us. It's the people. You know, folk blame the government, X, Y, and Z, but it's us. Like, we're so unhealthy. It's unreal. Like, you know, if we cut out, all right, smoking's really not such a big thing anymore. Vaping's the new nonsense. But if we cut out a lot of the fizzy drinks and McDonald's and all that, and being generally overweight, I'm overweight now. Like, I'm probably 8 kilos overweight, which is quite a lot.
Are you?
Yeah. I'm about 95 kilos. So, like, 87 would still be pretty heavy for me. Like, I mean, I was 78 when I used to do a bit of exercise and running and stuff like that. That was when I was really lean right enough. But I think I'm about 7 kilos overweight.
But I think you're okay. Yeah, I back what you're saying about we contribute to our health, but the biggest killer is stress.
In what way?
It leads on to so many different health issues that stress over obesity is the number one killer.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So instead of...
But I'm not talking about killers. You're talking about why people... you're talking about something different.
Are you looking at the stress on the NHS?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, so people suffering with stress, chronic stress, then going to have chronic health conditions, which then will put pressure on the NHS.
But stress is a very difficult thing to deal with. Obesity's like...
Yeah, okay.
Us being unhealthy in our daily life is not. And I include myself in this, by the way. Not so much... I'm not a fizzy drink guy, but man, I love chocolate. Like... And everything's getting lazy now, you know. We sit on a quad bike or we sit in a tractor. You know, we take every shortcut possible not to do physical work.
Yeah. Getting shopping delivered.
Yeah.
Not going to the shops.
Oh, that's more a time thing, like, because we get shopping delivered and it's a time thing.
Yeah, okay, like, yeah. Especially with kids.
Yeah, and kids as well. That is definitely it. Yeah, but I know you're...
But also, don't you think, though, our life, like the way society has changed, isn't set up to, like, eat good quality homemade food.
It's too expensive for a start.
Too expensive, but also how it used to be, the female of the house generally wasn't working.
Yep.
And the day, like, everything, you had so much more time. Well, you didn't, but your time was taken up doing different things. Like, for example, having your vegetable patch, growing your own potatoes. You would have the time. You weren't going to work your 9 to 5. You had time to wash the potatoes, to make a home cooked meal.
I mean, growing your own potatoes and veg is going way back. Like that's
Yeah,
do you know
okay,
what I mean?
that's
Like,
extreme.
maybe in farming we did that. Aye, absolutely. But like the man working in the factory back in the industrial age, like, you know, when folk were leaner, it was, and I'm not saying it's a good thing at all. Less money means less money to spend on food. Working physically at work, you burn more calories than you can consume.
Yep.
The reality is most of us don't work that hard anymore physically.
Yep.
You know, in terms of being tired and stress and everything that's in here, you know, especially this time of year, you know, like I feel absolutely frazzled.
Yeah.
But physically, well, my body's just giving up on me. But part of that's because I'm not active enough as well. So I'm going from not sitting about scanning all winter, you know, sitting in my ass, eating nonsense, to driving around a field again, sitting on my backside until I see a sheep I need to catch. And all of a sudden, boom, I'm out, I'm sprinting, I'm grabbing, I'm fighting, I'm pulling muscles, I pulled my hamstring, it's giving me right jip, my shoulder's sore. Because you're going from doing nothing to this big explosion of physical effort, and that's how you get hurt. That's how people hurt their back so much these days. They come out the tractor to lift something, but they've been sitting doing nothing for a week. And all of a sudden they're trying to lift their maximum body weight, you know, their maximum deadlift to lift something they shouldn't be lifting. Ping, the back goes. Whereas if you're active all the time and you're exercise, it's like when I'm shearing. When I get into shearing season, I never get hurt when I'm shearing.
Because you're always moving.
Because you're always loose, you always move, you're tuned for it. You're tuned for it. It's sitting sedate, you know, in a sedentary position, sitting in the bikes or whatever it is, and that's how you jump off and do something. Everything's physically wise, everything's made, which is good. You know, which is good. Of course it is, because things can be more efficient, etc. But it's bad for our health in some ways. And you could flip it the other way and say it means when you're older, farmers aren't as buggered as they used to be.
Yep.
Someone said a great thing, I think they commented in a Fed by Farmers video, and said that the worst thing ever to happen for succession in farms was the invention of the round bale. Because before that, the fathers were buggered throwing wee square bales about all their life. But once the round bale came, you then lifted it with a tractor, and everybody was fitter later in life. So they were in the, you know, they were running the farm longer, harder for the kid to come up and get through in succession. I thought it was a great point.
Yeah, it is.
So yeah, that's the beef thing. There is a health kick in this next generation for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Of young people, I think people are generally speaking swapping the pub.
Yeah,
for
they're
the
not drinking.
for
The
the
young
gym.
ones aren't drinking as much
No,
anymore.
which is great.
Yeah.
Which is absolutely magic. And social media will be the big factor of that. Everyone wants to look good and have a six pack and just feel good. You just feel good if you go to the gym. It's great for mental health, great for everything.
I've started lifting weights.
Oh, have you?
I have.
Class.
Yeah. My friend in Straven, her and her fiance have converted their garage into a gym.
Right.
So I can go around there.
Oh, right, okay, aye, good on you.
Going to get strong.
Doing dumbbells and stuff.
Yeah.
Just stick that. You always move away from
Sorry.
it. No, it's okay. It just makes it harder to the edit because you're dead quiet. Aye, good. Aye, go keep at it.
Yeah, well.
So yeah, that's my take on that about the beef
Okay.
thing. I don't know what's going to happen with that. I think farming in general, the ones that stick at it and push through, are going to be fine because there's going to be nobody else there. It's just not going to be enough. One interesting thing I heard is that this is a good one to talk about. This is proper tangent away from the beef. Is that a lot of the money's getting pulled out the forestry job just now. So the forestry aren't buying as many farms as they were. So that's taking away that premium on some farm units. But also that nobody's buying the carbon credits that they thought. So a lot of these farms were bought by investment companies. Then I think, now don't quote me on this, genuinely don't quote me on this, I think they're getting like Scottish Government grants to then plant trees. So like taxpayers' money to then plant the trees, which then these private equity companies could then use those trees to sell for carbon credits, etc. But none of that's really coming to fruition just now. So they're all sitting on these planted farms that actually aren't generating any return.
Right, okay.
So I think a lot of them are kind of now like, oh, well, pull out of this. So there might be potential to see some of these farms come back. And a lot of them that have been planted just recent wouldn't be too far gone to just go in with a digger and rip them all out.
And go back to how they were.
I mean, I'm not talking about rough farms that are hard to, you know, poor pasture. I'm talking about some of the dairy bits I've done.
Yeah, they've been planted up.
Get in there with a digger, get them ripped out.
Yeah.
And get it replanted. So that wouldn't be the worst thing. Yeah, the death of that thing would be very good.
Crystalyx Extra High Energy feed blocks have been providing high energy supplementation to ewes, lambs and rams in the UK since 1978. Packed full of protein, vitamins, minerals, and trace elements, Crystalyx Extra High Energy has been proven to increase live lamb numbers and improve lamb daily live weight gain at a cost of only 4 to 7 pence per ewe per day. To view the full Crystalyx range and find your nearest stockist, visit crystalyx-global.com.
Are you ready for the next one?
Let's do it.
Okay. Right, okay. I mean, I know this is a classic one. We're going to do it though. Desert Island. Luxury item. You can't use it to escape. One book, one
I wouldn't
song.
want to escape, don't worry. Being on the desert island's my luxury item. Right, what was it? Luxury item?
Luxury item, book, song.
Who was that from? Do you know? Do you rate the person that sent it?
No.
Okay, we should rate the name of the people that sent
Yeah,
it in.
you're right.
No,
Anon.
Anon. Luxury item, a book and a song.
Yes.
A song?
I know. And a book. I'm not one to reread books. Like,
Okay.
I'll read I'm one
but
and
you
done.
get a book that's like a how-to.
Okay.
So I'd get How to Survive on a Desert Island
Okay.
as my book, and
Yeah,
then
clever.
you can refer back to it often.
Clever.
You know, use the index page to like start a fire.
Right.
Page 62. Rip this page out and burn it. Okay, right, that's good. Genius, eh?
That is.
Genius. So yeah, probably How to Survive on a Desert Island. I'm not really a song guy, so I couldn't be bothered with that. I'll just be like, mate.
Silence.
See the guy that's forcing me to be I'd be like, mate, just you choose.
Yeah.
Like get me on this island. Like, please, whatever
Is
you
it
do.
not a song?
What are you going to do? Listen to a song and repeat till you
I know,
lose your
but,
mind?
But at least to have one song. You would rather not have a song?
Well, if I have to, but how are we going to?
Do you know what this is? Because you don't like making decisions.
No, but how are we going to play the song?
Yep, good point.
I mean, it's all a bit far-fetched. And what was the first one?
Luxury item, you can't use it to escape.
Luxury item.
What would your and Lizzie's wedding song be?
No idea. Whatever she chooses.
Yeah.
Luxury item, I would choose a toothbrush.
Would you really?
Yeah. I'm very anal about that. Brushing teeth.
And you know what? You wouldn't really need the toothpaste. You would still get a clean without
Well,
the
if
toothpaste.
I could have two items,
Yeah.
then I would obviously have the toothpaste, but some salt water toothbrush, it would do the job. Like, just get rinsed round.
Yeah.
I mean, have you seen Castaway?
Yes, I actually have.
He needs to whack his tooth out with the ice skate.
Oh, I can't remember it.
Well, he has to whack his tooth out with an ice skate because it
Right.
gets infected because he's eating pineapples and stuff. And that's the bother, you know, if you've got
Acidic.
pineapples and, well, sugary and acidic, yeah. So, but I mean, quick way to die on an island as a rotten tooth and an infection in your gum.
Yep.
So toothbrush would be a
Toothbrush.
definite.
Okay. Luxury item, I'm not thinking
What
practically.
about yourself? Sorry, what about yourself?
So I'm not wanting practicality.
Right, you'll be dead in a month.
I would rather though have something comfy to lie on. Something comfy to sleep on. I think for my mental health, I need comfort.
Mental health, you're on a desert island, stranded and abandoned. Your mental health's gone. Like, your mental health's gone.
I know
do
my
you remember?
book.
Do you remember my saying about the man with the empty belly?
Yeah, I can't remember it.
Well,
Though.
you're the man with the empty belly. There is no mental health because all you're thinking about
Yeah.
is food because you're starving.
I
You
know.
don't have time to be depressed.
I want a comfy seat. I want a comfy to lie on. And do you know what? Do you
A
know
mattress.
my book? Do you know what my book? How to be a monk. Because monks live in silence.
Okay.
So that would train my mind to not go insane if I just learned how to be a monk.
Okay. So no song then?
No song.
Because the monks wouldn't like a song.
Monks say no to a song.
Yeah, okay. So, so you're just going to be found in like 10 years' time on your threadbare mattress that you
Yes.
got with your
Monk.
head shaved
Yep.
and robes.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Not having spoken for so many years.
Yeah, mute.
Right, okay.
Mute.
How to be a monk, right? Okay.
Imagine
whatever.
just being... I've read that Jay Shetty Live Like a Monk book.
Right.
It's actually quite interesting. It's a wee while ago, and it's in this saying how we should you should try and go 72 hours without speaking to anybody, without any form of distracting your mind, just sit in absolute silence. And I thought, am I going to see the number of people? Well, I mean, I would find it difficult, but like that would almost be impossible for a lot of people.
Oh, absolutely. Rory Stewart on the Rest is Politics podcast. I've stopped listening to that right enough because I've just went right off them. But
Right.
when I did, annually goes on a retreat, he calls
Does
it,
he?
and he does that.
Does he?
It's either a week. I don't think it's a week. I think that's long. I think it's like 72 hours of
Clear
silence.
the brain.
Total silence.
Clear the brain.
No interaction.
Nope.
Nothing.
They say
no
like
phones,
you're not even doing your like washing up. You're not reading a book.
No books.
You
no
literally.
nothing. It's just a room or
Yeah.
whatever, and just.
Yeah. Interesting.
Aye, I'd be demented. I'd be absolutely demented. I couldn't do it.
Wouldn't you?
Oh, I couldn't do it. No chance.
I think I could do it. Obviously, I would find it hard. But
Don't
I
know, those
could
days
do it.
like you just walk into like a room and there's nobody there, and you just think, oh, that's quite good.
Yeah, it's quite nice.
Then dive back into the fire.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the next question?
Okay. Right, like 4 people asked this, and I know we've spoken about it before, but I'm going to say it anyway because people want to know how we met and how we decided to work together.
Okay, yeah, we have covered this before, but we'll do it again anyway. So, probably met first time at like Muirkirk show years ago,
Yep,
10 years ago
that's mental.
or thereabouts. And you were pals with like Hannah and Ian and Matt and all the Muirkirk mafia. And yeah, just probably having a few beers in the beer tent, got chatting. Then we'd see you at stock judgings and shows and all these kind of things. Obviously knew your dad and all that.
Yeah.
Was big in the sheep world. I was pally with Alan and that as well at Allhouse Burn, so we were back and forth to Muirkirk now and again. And it just so happened that when the time came I decided I need somebody to help. I thought, well, I'm a big believer in, like, generally speaking, all the good folk have jobs. So I was like, well, let's pick the person you want rather than just like open it up and get loads of people. And so I was thinking, and I think what I did, and I do this something, I actually did this morning. That's a lie. Last night, and I texted the boy this morning. I'll just like flick through my Snapchat contacts.
Right, okay.
And just to put names in my head of who might suit. And I was just flicking through my Snapchat contacts. And as I'm scrolling, I seen your name. And at that point, we probably hadn't spoke or seen each other for 2 years or something. Or,
Yeah, because it was over COVID time as well.
Yeah, maybe
I wouldn't
3
have
years,
seen you
maybe
before COVID.
maybe longer. And I thought she was always quite a good laugh. I thought, I wonder what she's up to. I didn't even know you worked at Dumfries House.
Yeah.
So I could just message you saying, do you like your job or something? What did I say?
You enjoying your work?
You enjoying your work? Yeah.
Like,
Thought get a feel for it first. If you're like, oh yeah, absolutely love it, brilliant, I'd be like, okay, fair enough, right, good,
Yeah.
nice to hear that. Don't talk to me for another 3 years. But
delete my number.
yeah, exactly. Obviously, you replied back with, what did you say? Like, actually thinking about leaving or something like that. Because the coincidence was you'd text your dad.
I'd arranged to meet my boss to hand in my notice.
Before I sent that message. Had you met him before I sent that message?
I hadn't spoken to my boss before you sent that message, but I told my family that I was leaving.
And then
And
I
my
sent that
dad,
message.
and then you sent that message, and I screenshotted it and put it in my family group chat.
Because you
And
thought they'd been speaking.
They were like, because they were the only people. My mum, my dad, and my sisters were the only people that knew, and I was like, have they told? Because my boss didn't even know. Like,
Yeah.
um,
So absolute fate, just pure luck.
Yeah.
And then you obviously replied that. We came, had a look. You brought a wee clipboard thing and all that, and I was like, Christ, overkill. I thought if this is what she could be like, but I thought that might be handy, you know, she write things down. I had a look. It was an absolute shambles at the warehouse. I think it'd just been post Christmas, so I think we were all.
it was pre-Christmas.
Was it pre-Christmas or just before Christmas?
You just moved. I think you'd not long moved
Oh,
in
it was
there.
my sister was helping us, and she
Yeah.
went to work. She took on a pub. That's what it was. That's the catalyst for it. She was my sister was helping,
Yeah.
and then she went to take on the pub. So I thought I need somebody to help here, and probably be a bit more full time. And then that's how it all came about. And then you came and got chatting, and yeah, the rest is history,
That was it.
so to speak. How's it going?
All right.
All right, just all right.
No, I know. I do enjoy it.
Do you?
I do.
The fact you've got to say it like that means you probably don't. Busy, isn't it?
It's so busy.
It's unreal busy. Unreal. Folk
But
don't
do you know
realise.
what annoys it? People don't realise. And I think what it is, that sort of thing, I'll be like, what was it the other day? And I had literally not stopped all day. And I spoke to you at the end of the day, and it's like, oh, what's been on? And it's like, sometimes I can't even think what I've done. Do you know that way? It's just, but it's good. Like, I've never worked a job where my days go as quickly as
right?
working. Oh, 100%. Yeah. Like,
that's good.
the days fly in, and there's so many perks. Like, you're so flexible, and it makes me laugh though. See, when you said about it's such a great job because it's like you don't care. See, as long as you're on top of everything, basically do whatever you want. But but I will never be on top of everything.
Yeah, I love that. There's that. But I do appreciate that too because it is so busy.
Yeah, but it's good. It is good. I do enjoy it. I'm only joking. I do enjoy it.
Right, no, that's good then. Thankfully.
Yeah.
Please don't leave. Please don't leave.
And we've got air show.
I've been through my Snapchat. There's nobody else to message.
Yeah, what you mentioned that guy about?
Aye. Oh, to help Mark and lambs.
Oh.
Aye. I just thought, who could I get to come and lift some lambs? Perfect. Shout out to Muzza. So, yeah, air show on Saturday.
Air show Saturday.
Yes, looking forward to it. That's our first show season. We'll be air show with the merch tent. Please come in. Well, Fed by Farmers there.
Yep.
We'll have all the sheep game. We'll have the beef game stuff there too. It's just in a big trailer, so it won't be everything we have.
No.
But we'll have the popular items there. It'll be myself. It'll be you. Is Tina coming?
Tina's coming.
Tina, so just the three of us.
Yep.
Yep, three of us will be there. Do stop in and see us.
Mm-hmm.
Have
It's
a bit of crack.
Belter of a day.
Yeah, it's going to be
With a lot of burnt bodies.
a lot of people in the beers. Do take your sun cream. I may even stay for a beer.
Go on.
Might not, but I might stay for a beer.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes. It's been a while since I had a beer, so that is very, very possible. Well, we're at 31. You might do another one.
Yeah, well,
Folk enjoy a wee chatting in
yeah.
here, don't you?
Yeah.
Are you guys enjoying this in your ear? Do leave us a comment. I know, I am a big fan of podcasts that just kind of riff and chat. I mean, the biggest podcast in the world is just two guys or a guy and a girl that just chat about anything.
Really? What is it?
Joe Rogan.
Oh, okay. I never listened to that.
Nah, I pick and choose the guests. Joe Rogan's quite a guy. You'll start on my big M.
Right. The next one up. Do you ever feel that your experience/qualifications from the police are wasted now that you're farming full time? This is coming from somebody who left being a paramedic
Are wasted?
to go farming full time.
The biggest thing with police is human interaction. It's like how you deal with people in the public. That's the biggest part of being a police officer. So, like, great skills to have.
Yep.
Yeah, are my driving qualifications wasted? Absolutely, because you can't drive with your blue lights on and dive through traffic lights.
What was that like?
Oh, nothing wore off so fast.
Did it?
You think, like, see when you're like a young cop coming up, you're like, oh, can't wait to drive with the blue lights and that. So you once you've done it a couple of times.
Over it.
Bear in mind, I was always in like don't get me wrong, sometimes you're in a wee Astra, which is quite nippy, but generally speaking, you'd been like a Volkswagen Transport or van. Do you know what I mean? Or a Ford Transit.
You're not getting much.
No, there's absolutely no speed. That's okay. That's Lewis from me from back. But so you don't get any speed. So no, I don't miss that at all.
No.
Not at all. I'm quite a slow driver anyway. Plus, nowadays with the police, you do one thing wrong, you get the sack or you get the jail. Like, they're desperate to sack you. Like, it's horrible being a police officer now. Oh, horrible. Yeah, that's one thing. Like, see, once I'm First Minister, like, the one thing I'll be shaking up is like the police. What they called again? Professional Standards Department.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be getting them shaken up.
Why?
Oh, because you speak to cops now, they're all terrified to do their job. Like, everybody's got to delete every WhatsApp message they send and all that. It's like, it's a terrible way to live. Like, to get people into the police, it's like treating them like kids and all that. It's ridiculous. They're just human. They're just normal folk.
Yeah, literally.
The issue with the police isn't there is individual police officers that are bad, of course there are, and will give you bad experiences. But the issue with the police, and it's important to remember this, is not the police officer that you deal with. It's everything above them.
Yeah.
It's the system. It's the lack of resources. The reason that say your quad bike's been stolen, the reason he's in for 5 minutes to get the details, give you a crime report number, and you never hear from him again, is because he's then running about the rest of that day dealing with other issues, people with mental health, other things. It's not like he gets your quad bike theft and then
that's him. That's what he's working on.
And then they leave him alone for a week to go and investigate it.
Yeah.
They'll be shouting at him while he's at you, going, "Are you ready for the next call?"
Yeah.
Like, and it's a shambles.
Too much.
Oh, it's just firefighting. Literally, just do enough. Because all the police are really care about as an institution is what the papers say.
Yeah.
So they're constantly worried about, do we do that right? Do that right?
Right,
Or if one cop steps out of line, it's like, oh, we need to hammer him. He needs to get arrested and charged and sack him, because it makes us look like we're whiter than white, you know, we're virtuous or whatever. And it just makes a horrible environment. So it's a terrible place to work. Absolutely terrible place to work. There's good jobs in it. I mean, there's cushy numbers in it. I was CID for the last 4 years. It's pretty good.
Right.
And there you are treated like more of an adult, essentially, and you can get time to investigate things because you're dealing with serious crime.
Yeah.
So when you've got a stabbing or whatever, there'll generally be 2 or 4 of you working on it, and that'll be you for that set of shifts probably.
Right, okay.
So you get 4 days. You don't, the radio's not shouting you. You'll get 4 days to properly
actually
investigate
work on it, yeah.
or longer if need be. So that's different. And the police are really good at dealing with serious crime.
Okay.
Murders or rapes or police are really good at that because they throw the resources at it because they're the ones that hit the papers.
Yeah, of
We
course.
see the low stuff like I don't think they even go to shopliftings now or theft of quad bikes and X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
They've no interest. They don't have the resources.
No.
So it's just crime report number, claim your insurance.
Done.
That's it, done. But no, there's not the human dealing with people, dealing with confrontation. I suppose in the dog attack cases is good.
How do you find the shifts? Like, could you sleep on your shifts?
But then I didn't sleep. I just went working.
Straight
Oh, do you
to
mean
your-
sleep when I was
Sorry,
at work?
no, I didn't mean that. I meant
'Cause
like.
I did. But anyway, plenty.
Did you?
Aye.
Did you?
Oh, if I was night shift, I'd sleep on my lunch break every time.
Right.
Aye. Eat my dinner
And
and then just sleep on the sofas. Aye.
are you quite good at that? Like, could you sleep anywhere?
I was exhausted.
Yeah.
No, I'm not good at sleeping anywhere. Like, no, I'm
No,
terrible
I'm
actually.
not.
I need my bed, but when you're absolutely exhausted,
Yeah, you will sleep.
oh, you
anywhere.
will. Oh, yeah. Because I would this is back in the days I would work all day, then do a night shift,
Aye.
then work all day in the sheep.
So you literally wouldn't sleep.
Oh, you'd get 2 hours and then, I'd
Mm-hmm.
go home, say you got home 7 o'clock, 2 hours kip, go and do your work. Or you went straight to your work and then get the 2 hours kip at the other side
Aye.
before you started work.
Oh, I'd hate that. I've been having, honestly, best sleeps in my life recently.
Is that right?
Like,
Clear
really
conscience.
class.
Clear conscience.
Really good sleeps.
You've obviously
yeah.
cleared your conscience and you're
Yeah,
feeling
I
better
must
about
have.
things. That's good.
All my sins.
My sleeps are terrible
Are they?
because they're just too short. Go to,
What are you sleeping like at the moment?
I go to bed at like 11:30, then the alarm goes off at like 5:30.
Why are you going so late? Do you do late
By the
checks?
time we get the Waynes to bed and then get back out, I've been editing videos and tweaking things
Aye.
there. Things in the shed, we've still got sheep in the shed. Time just goes on, man.
Yeah, it does.
It's mad. Time I fill the hoppers for the lambs or you bed a few pens. Time you get in, get showered. It's 11:30, and then boom, 5:30 the alarm goes again. Which 6 hours sleep's actually all right, but we've been doing that since like the 1st of March.
Yeah, it's a lot.
And all it takes is there's been on night, it's been near 1 o'clock. And then that knocks you for 3 or 4 days and you never recover it.
Yeah.
And it's not been much fun.
How's Angus getting on with his op?
Yes, Angus had a nose operation, no bother.
Fine.
Just home like nothing happened.
Is
Never missed a beat or mentioned it or anything.
Really?
Just back fighting with Jock and running about daft.
normal.
Yeah,
Good
yeah.
for him.
It's honestly not a bit of bother at all. I
Good.
think they say so. Angus had like a kind of cyst. That's my middle child. He had a kind of cyst on his nose that they're not actually sure what it is yet. They've sent it for some testing, but it's nothing to worry about. They say, but they always say that, but it's nothing to worry about. And they say he'll have a pressed in his nasal bone a bit, so he will have a slight indent there. But over time, it should ping back.
All right. Okay.
And if it doesn't, then they can do surgery later on to fix it.
Right. Okay.
So we'll see what comes of that. But yeah, no,
Good for him.
he's absolutely fine. But good. You want to? Is there another one worth doing, or is that us?
I mean, I've got more.
I'll do one more then. I'll because it is usually a Tuesday. Folk want to listen for about an hour on a Tuesday, don't they? So do one
Yeah.
more.
Can I also just say to people, please do continue to send in questions.
Yes, we need bulk to get ones we want to actually do.
Yeah. If you-
Voice notes, we will start playing voice
We will
notes.
start playing them. And if you can, just make sure it's on WhatsApp.
Yeah, WhatsApp.
And not normal message because
There we go. And
Yes,
the number is
the number is
just coming anytime now. I'm just
anytime.
riffing to
talk
fill
amongst
in
yourselves.
the silence.
It is 07986 909 845.
Okay, 07986 909 845.
Did you just remember that from me saying it?
Yeah. You literally just said it 2 minutes ago.
impressive.
Oh, thank you.
Do you know what it was? See, when we were at Muirkirk Church for Davey's funeral, there was the framed things on the wall, and my name was on it from when I was christened.
Oh, you christened, are you?
Yeah, I'm christened.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, that's nice. Is that a Catholic thing or is that a Christian thing? Well, it's all Christianity, isn't it?
Christian, I think. Aye, Christian.
What is it? Just Church of Scotland?
Aye, just think so.
What do you have to do for it?
Nothing.
What?
I've never.
So what does it mean? What does it get you?
Who knows?
Into heaven?
Yeah, free pass. I don't know. I mean, I'm not religious.
I did get a nice message, I will say, from a sheep game viewer saying that he was You can tell me your thoughts on this, being a Christian or whatever you are. That
I'm not a Christian.
I say Christ too much, so I'll go, Christ,
Okay.
like Christ's sake, you know. And also I'm saying bloody too much, like bloody hell, or it's a bloody mess.
Oh yeah, okay.
And that they weren't keen for their kids to watch it because of that.
Right.
Which is fine, absolutely. But I mean, I never thought take bloody as a swear word or like a negative thing. Bloody. But the Christ thing, I just do that instead of swearing.
Aye, what is actually?
Yeah, I would
that
just say
might be.
F sake
Yeah.
or F in hell. Like I would just swear.
Yeah.
I swear like a trooper. Like absolutely swear like a trooper. So does Lizzie. So there's a lot of people on the West Coast.
I feel like you're that kind of swearing. I think there's nuances within swearing. I think there's those who use it in an aggressive manner and those who use it just as part of their vocabulary. And there can be crossover. But I feel like yours is just part of your vocab.
Oh, it's just people have been brought up with, I suppose, which is ironic. I think we've spoken this before. That it was a Michael Blanch's podcast. I think I was speaking. Is that like there was no swearing in our house?
Was there not?
Oh no! I can still remember the first time I heard my dad say a swear word.
Really?
Oh, I would be like 15 or 16, and we were in the kitchen at home, and there was somebody in visiting them. They had a cup of tea, and he said the F word, and a man, I was like,
like that doesn't happen.
Yeah, it's like, Dad. Like,
really?
Aye. I was like, wow. There was no swearing. Like no.
My house was the same.
You get chewed out like if you said a swear word. But going to school in Kilmarnock, then the swearing's rife in the police because you're just surrounded by people swearing all the time, and I don't mind it.
No.
Billy Connolly made it pretty cool. Like his favourite word is the F word.
Yeah.
You know. Plus, it's very effective when you're dealing. Back to the police thing, it's very effective when you're dealing with people. Like if I'm going to swear here, right? So if you're listening to the kids, just turn this bit down, right? Because I just need to swear to get the impact of it. So, but if you're dealing with people, dealing with BAMs, right? Not with nice people like yourself, but with BAMs, right? If you say, like, what am I going to say? Put the knife down. If you say, put the knife down, right? It sounds, I thought, you're being direct or assertive. But see if you say, put that fucking knife down.
Oh, God, I'm dropping it.
It's
My hands
different.
are in the
There
air.
is a difference.
Yeah, there is a difference.
Because they see you as like this nicey policeman,
And then
you're like...
Yeah.
Like, and it, like, you would always like, you would swear at them all the time, like, especially if you got a knife.
Did people always move out your way when you were driving fast with the blue lights on?
Generally, but you always get wee Daisy that can't use her mirrors and doesn't see you.
What to do, stressed out.
Yeah, it's kind of balanced,
Yeah.
But anyway, so that's my take. But on the back to religion, so I say saying Christ, but I was explaining that I'm only saying Christ because it stops me saying the F word.
Yes.
But I'm gonna change it to Jings.
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 Jings. What does
Jings
my nieces say? They copy my brother up biscuits.
Biscuits.
And they're
biscuits
like,
is good.
Biscuits.
You biscuit.
Biscuits.
What a biscuit of a sheep that is. Oh, I tell you. I'm going to dunk her in a cup of tea. I tell you. Oh, I could snap that biscuit in half, I can tell you.
Biscuit's great.
Aye, biscuit, right. I could do you biscuit.
Yeah.
Right, okay, right, that's a good one.
I feel like
you want to do another one?
Question there. I feel like I had a question, but I can't remember now.
Again,
this one's quite friendly. Book recommendations. They enjoyed the Ken Follett one that you recommended. You've been reading any books recently?
No, I do a bit of Audible during scanning season.
Do you listen to music ever? No, not really.
No.
Just podcasts.
Just podcasts. So much to learn, man. Learn. Listen to podcasts. Not much to learn on this podcast, obviously. But I listen to ones where you don't learn too. Like I listen to like Pint and Two Shots, and sometimes listen to Here Comes the Guillotine with Frankie Boyle.
Right. Okay.
But his co-hosts are like, they're all right, but not amazing. But yeah, I like a lot of guff ones as well.
Yeah.
The rest is entertainment.
Right.
You do learn some things in that, but it's generally just chit chat with Richard Osmond and Marina Hyde. It's
like good. Nice stuff to have on in the background, isn't it?
Yeah, but the Ken Follett book. Yeah, what book? I mean, I've been watching Reacher on Prime.
Have you?
Yeah,
yeah. I like Reacher.
I've read virtually all those books, not his recent ones, but that was for a while. I just read everything was Reacher.
Yeah,
and the books are fantastic, but they definitely suit male macho.
No, I like them.
But you like him because he's really good looking as well.
Yeah.
He's really good looking.
Harlan Coben's got a lot of good books, so they aren't Reacher. He's got other ones.
Right.
Highland Coben's a good author. I enjoy.
Similar idea to Reacher.
Yeah, similar. That kind of like crimey, but not him as the main character.
Because I mean, Reacher friend. It's not. I mean, Lee Child writes the books. I think him and his son now write them together. But I think I'm right in saying he's the biggest author in the world. I don't think he's made more money than J.K. Rowling, but he's the most read author in the world.
Really?
I
That
think.
surprises me.
Well, who would beat him? Like, throw a name at me. It's the number of books as well, you know.
It's just so many.
Yeah, so I'm sure he's certainly currently the most read author in the world, based off the Jack Reacher novels. And essentially, Jack Reacher is James Bond-ish, but with all the nonsense. So, like, rather than stand and waffle nonsense to somebody, he'll just smash his head through their face, like, before you have any of that chat.
Yeah.
Like, so if somebody's approaching looking for a fight, you'll hear, when you read the book, it's better reading the book, and the TV thing, they have to flower it a bit.
Yes.
Because you don't get that narrative in his head. But reading the book, he'll be like, there's a scene when he's in prison, and there's like 3 guys coming up clearly to cause issues with him. And he analyses it in his head, and he says, this is going to be trouble. In a fight like this, when you're outnumbered, the first thing to do is nail the leader before he even has a chance to get Indy's blood up. So the guy comes over to him, and basically, as soon as he opens his mouth, he takes a massive, and he's 6'5" and 200 odd pounds. He just takes a massive lunge forward and smashes his head through the guy's face. And the other 2 guys are just like shock, and he's just like, "Are you gonna drag him out of here, or am I?" And they're like, and it's just like,
Yeah.
it's interesting.
Yeah.
It's just really, really clever. Like,
Yeah.
obviously that wouldn't always work, but
No.
you know, when your boss man that orders you about is already all of a sudden a crumpled,
You're
absolute
lost.
mess, and now you've got a 6'5" guy to deal with, and he tells you to drag him out, you're probably just like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully I wouldn't get myself in that situation anyway.
No.
But it's like,
I don't like the thought of you fighting.
no, Neil Dark's.
Did you ever fight when you were young, like when you were a boy?
Oh, I thought there's lots of fights at school and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, rugby as well. You'd have some fisticuffs and stuff, but it's fine. It's fine when it's a fair fight. When a fair fight's all right. It's the problem
When
nowadays.
somebody's
is
getting
people,
beaten up.
carrying knives or kicking people on the ground and all that dirty stuff. Like a couple of boys throwing some punches is fine. It's natural.
Yeah,
It's
get rid of some testosterone.
testosterone, hormones. It's natural. You know what I mean? Of course, the winner gets the girl, as is only fair. That's what it's all about. But yeah, right, we'll wrap it up there. Unless, did you ever ask other questions?
Oh yeah, the book.
Oh, the book.
Are you reading anything?
No.
No.
The last Audible I got was, what was the last Audible I finished? Oh, it was James Rebanks actually.
Oh, what was it?
Yeah, James Rebanks, The Shepherd's Life, I think it's called. And it was good. He doesn't narrate it; it's another guy narrates
Right,
it. But
okay.
yeah, it was just nice listening about growing up in Yorkshire and
Yeah.
different type of farming that I'm used to. Not dissimilar to what a lot of blackie guys would go through, but it was just nice, you know, the terms and
Yeah.
he's obviously a very good author, but yeah, well written.
I've read my first ever fantasy book.
Oh, aye. Is fantasy like? Oh, fantasy's like Lord of the Rings.
Kind of. This is.
It's not fantasy as in like erotic fantasy. There's a bit
wee
of that. Is there?
yeah, a bit
That's
of
popular
that.
now.
Yeah.
All that stuff.
Yeah.
Like vampire, like Twilight. Like,
That, yeah.
Is it like that?
Yeah, a wee bit. Like
So-
it's wolves. Like he can turn into a wolf, but then he's also a human.
Or like there's a guy in Twilight like that.
Is there?
Aye, because there's wolves and there's vampires.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So right, so this is
Called
so
A Court of Thorn and Roses is the first one. It's like a series, so
Okay.
I'm on to the next
I
one.
feel like I've heard that. Who wrote that?
Have you? Sarah, somebody. Sarah. You'll have seen it online. They're everywhere.
Right. Okay.
So yeah.
And is
I'm
that
into
that her thing? It's like fantasy, but it's erotic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Raunchy.
Wee bit raunchy.
Yeah, it's good. Okay, that's nice. Gets the heart rate going. Eh? Unreal. That's what you need on the island.
Yeah.
That and your mattress, you'd never need to worry about anything. And on that note, thanks very much for listening. I hope you've enjoyed that one. Always give us some feedback, please do. And if you're on iTunes or Spotify, take a minute just to leave a wee review, as long as it's 5 stars. If not, don't bother. Just listen to your next podcast. I've been Cammy,
I've been Iona.
and we are all
Fed by farmers.